Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here. And as you know, I am a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-loving or self-abusing looks like in your own life. And on this channel, we don't chase people and try to force people to love themselves. What we do is we assist people who are on the journey. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. All right. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. On this channel, we don't force people to go into the self-loving journey. We assist people who are on their journey be able to find tools and mindsets to be able to love themselves. And if there are people out there who attempt to come forward and attack your girl, I exhibit my self-love by pushing back. It's as simple as that. Okay, so we are about to open up the phone lines. Today we are talking about, oh my gracious goodness, are you all ready for this topic and this conversation? We are talking about monogamy and how men are saying that that women have believed the dream of monogamy, and that the dream of monogamy is that men can be monogamous, but that's not in their nature, but it's in women's nature. We just did an entire lesson for an hour about dispelling a lot of those myths, showing evolutionary proofs and truths to discuss about the true nature of women, about men, about monogamy for human beings. And I remembered one of the things that I wanted to say that I forgot to say in the video that we did, and I wanted to remind myself to say it, and I remembered it after we got off air, is that the feeling of being in love, you know, the chemical feelings of being in love last about 18 months, which is, scientists say it's about enough time for an offspring to begin walking. And then after that, the feeling kind of dissipates. So on that note, we're opening up the phone lines to hear from you and see what your thoughts are about that video. Let me just take let me take a survey of you all real quick. How many people saw the last broadcast? If you saw the last broadcast, go ahead and put up the number 1. Right now, there are 462 people between Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter Periscope. So when we were on that broadcast, there were 1,500 people on the broadcast. So 1,000 of them are eating dinner or going off, but I want to see how many people here. Okay. If this is your first broadcast and you don't know which broadcast we're talking about, put up the number 2 so that I can see how much more of an intro we need to do for the people who were not here, because it's an hour-long video. So we're not able to go into all of the details, but I do suggest that you watch that video. It's very informative, and I had a good time making it. It was a fun time. It was a fun time. Okay, so we do have some people who are new here. All right, so we have some people who are new. All right, it's going by pretty quickly, so I can't grab all of them. Hold on. I saw this person on the last, didn't I see you? No, no, that was Tam we saw. Okay, my bad. Okay. All right, so that's cool. All right, so it looks like it's maybe half and half. Half of the people are here for the first time, half were here before. All right, so I'm gonna open up the phone lines and we're going to be talking. If you hear an echo during any of the phone calls, let me know, because there's not supposed to be an echo. It has noise cancellation on it. Okay, so the phone lines are open. We're gonna take the first phone call. All right, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
My name is Simeon.
What is it? Let me turn up your volume.
I said my name is Simeon.
Simeon?
Simeon.
Okay, Simeon. So what is your comment this evening?
Well, the first thing is I think you did a great presentation.
Oh, thank you.
That was very informative because there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about that whole topic.
Which part did you not know? Was it the plunger part?
About yeah, a lot of that stuff, and just the hierarchy in society and why people do certain things.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you found the topic enlightening. Make sure that you share the video with other people that you feel may not know what it is that we discussed. And so what's your comment this evening, Simeon?
The only thing that I think there was a lot of truth in there. The only thing that I think were a little different is that, yes, the toxic guy you were watching earlier, and a lot of men do fall into that category of being promiscuous, that's not the reason why we have that issue is because there aren't two parents in the home and men aren't taught to be disciplined. That's what the problem is. So those type of guys don't have any discipline. It's not a natural thing to just want to sleep with everybody. In nature, like you said, when it came to those circumstances, yes, we have the ability to impregnate more than one woman. But when you don't have discipline, you just do all kinds of crazy things. And that's what those guys are talking about. And you're right. Men, on a general, don't want to be with just one woman for the sake of taking care of her, which is what you're supposed to do. They just want to sleep around. So that part is very true and toxic. So that's pretty much all I want to say. I mean, I can go into other things, but you were spot on in a lot of areas. It's just that part I wanted to get out is that that's just men who don't have any discipline. That's all.
Well, you know what? I'll say this, right? We live under a patriarchy, and in the patriarchy, the female of our species is largely objectified. They are considered objects to, it's like marbles or Pokemon cards or what was the other one with the little guy who had the golden hair? I forget, but Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Yeah, well, like Dragon Ball Z cards, or you got to catch them all, and so. But I don't think that this is something that is endemic to men who don't have fathers. I think that there is in the culture, embedded in the culture, that men discourage other men from being monogamous, even their fathers, that their fathers come and say, listen, I know your mother said XYZ to you, but just between me and you, here's 100 condoms. Go out there, my boy, and make Pappy proud. So I can't say that this is an issue that exists without of fatherless homes. I think that there are societal issues that are problematic that men are not speaking about in the patriarchy to other men, and that when men stand up on corners and see men harassing and haranguing women that are passing by, other men don't say anything. Other men don't tap their boys and be like, yo, son, that's not cool. Yo, leave shorty alone. We don't see that. What we see is them and then, oh, let me go get her friend. It's like it turns into that, but we don't see men checking other men, and the patriarchy can only be dismantled by men. What's your feedback on that?
I agree with you, but the whole thing is, Tanya, this problem that you're talking about, which is true, it didn't start yesterday. I mean, so you're right, it does, but as far as men checking men, unfortunately, because we can't all be everywhere at one time. Me and my circle, I personally don't advocate for, I personally think it's kind of gay to see a group of men ganging up on one woman and try to talk to her. That's just my personal opinion. I don't see the value in that. So I don't advocate, and I don't hang around in circles of men who just, see one woman and we all just start going crazy. So, you may not see it or whatever, but men do check men. But as far as the other stuff you're saying, yes, it is a long withstanding problem. And it didn't start yesterday, whether it goes back to the 60s or 70s. But like you said, from the beginning of time, when it was more of an ancient time, when there were a bunch of tiny TKOs in the village, if you wanted it as a man, you just went, the strong survived. You had to take over, conquer, and seize.
Why you got to bring me into this scenario about being overpowered?
Well, they see a woman that looks fertile and pretty, they got to have it.
But what we're talking about is non-consent. Come on, man. Don't put me in this scenario.
You're right. No, I'm saying you're right, but I'm saying this is how it was. Men wanted whatever they want in those ancient times. They took what they wanted. And that's where it came into the strong survive. They didn't take what they wanted from a handshake and good faith and deals. So that trickled down throughout centuries. A thing that I think we forget in society is that we're still evolving as people, human beings. This isn't the end. I don't know if it's going to change in another 1,000 years, 10,000, but this is still new for the human race. It's
Okay.
not that long ago.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Let's just because you're starting to go onto a different track. I just want to hone in on. There's actually two things that I want to speak about. You do
Okay.
realize that a person taking a male person taking what they want from a female person is called what? Well, you can't say it on air, but you know what that's
Oh no,
called.
that is non-consensual. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's one. So yeah, don't put me in that scenario, please.
No. I'm saying this is
Hold
what
on,
they did.
hold on. And number
That's what
two
they did.
is you said that you feel that it's kind of gay for a group of men to, to attempt to talk to a woman. So basically what you're saying is that it seems as if men are interested in romantic or physical relationships with other men when they, as a group, attempt to talk to a woman. That's what you're saying?
I think there's a lot of lost males out here, and it's sort of like monkey see, monkey do. And if you don't have somebody to give you guidance, you sort of, as you said, the alpha male. If the cool guy if he's a jerk, this is why you have gangs. Your big homie. I never got that concept of looking up to another man.
Hold on.
Okay.
What I'm attempting to do is to help you see the fallacy in your word choice, right?
Okay.
Because it is called something when a group of men gang up on one woman, but the word that you chose to use is gay. So you're saying that a group of men showing interest in a woman seems to you that they really have interest in men. That's what you're saying.
When there's a group of men with one woman and following the cues of like a mob mentality, yes, there is some kind of hidden, it's on the borderline. Because at the end of the day, in order for you to be homosexual, you have to sleep with men. But there is some taboo to that. I believe, in my personal opinion, the same reason why, as a heterosexual man, why would you want to see a porn with multiple men and one woman? Because that would be more, you would see more men than women.
Hold on, right. But one of the things that I want you to just take a moment to look at is your own internal programming and biases, where a man can be interested in women. However, you feel that if he is in a proximity with a certain amount of men, that means that he wants to suck on one of them or have one of them penetrate him or vice versa. So I want you to look at your own programming where you are saying that groups of men together, you even mentioned gangs or following the leader, or that is inherent a romantic or physical desire from those men. And I just want you to look. Can you just take a few moments to just breathe on that and tell me if that's what you're trying to communicate?
No, exactly what I'm saying.
So you feel that a man interested in a woman who becomes aroused for a woman really wants men if there's a man near him and they're having intercourse. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that, again, I see what you're saying, but what I'm directly saying is if a group of men are interested in gathering together to somehow say that we want that woman, I think there's more to that. I think that is gay. And I think there is some taboo about more or less, you're more into the men than you are the women. Because a heterosexual man, I'm not interested in being around a bunch of dudes. I'm just not.
And so what I want you to do is because when we say that toxic male behaviors, toxic male ideologies are a result of a lack of father figure, et cetera, and we start talking about other people, you believing that groups of men have to have interest, romantic or physical, in other men if they gather together, that is toxic. That idea what
Yes.
you're saying and what you think is toxic. Do you understand what I'm
Yes.
saying?
And I'm agreeing. Yes, it's very toxic.
I'm saying what you're saying is toxic. Your thoughts are toxic.
No, it's not my thoughts. I'm telling you the reality of when I see that stuff.
No,
That's
but you're
not
not, you're not hearing me. You think that you are safe, but you're not, because you have toxic masculine ideas in your mind. A man who is interested in romantic or physical relationship with a person of the same sex is gay. A
Yes.
man who is in proximity to another man, let's say they're having a threesome with a woman, if those men are not interested in men and they're interested in women, they are not gay, no matter no matter how many menage a trois they're in. It is your toxic masculine thinking that is making you feel that they're gay.
Tanya, that part, that's what I'm saying. I know you're trying to analyze that, but I'm telling you because I'm a man, and unfortunately, you're not going to get this. As a heterosexual man, it's not me internalizing that. It's my toxic masculinity. I'm telling you from a man's perspective. Just like I can't tell you how to be a woman, I'm telling you for a man, a heterosexual man, that if another man is interested, when you have sex with somebody, it's supposed to be intimacy, correct? So with that being said, when you have three people getting naked, as a man, you can't pretend you don't see the other man having sex. Why would I want to see the heterosexual man, another man having sex?
So you don't watch. So you don't watch porn, is what you're saying?
No, because it's gay. Why do I want to see a bunch of guys? That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
So you don't. So you don't watch porn at all, because in heterosexual porn, there's a penis in the porn.
Right. I don't want to see other men's penises. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If I was going to watch porn, I would watch lesbians. And even though they're doing homosexual acts with women, it's two women, so I'm a heterosexual man. I want to see women.
Right. But you do realize, right? You do realize that your version of what you consider to be manhood is not everybody's version of that. It's not every man's version of that, because right now I can ask men to call in who have no interest in men and are completely heterosexual and still participate in male female threesomes or menage a trois, however you want to call it.
Well, unfortunately, Tanya, the thing about it is that I've played sports professionally, as well as just at the end of the day, I'm around men more than you are. And even though they may be your friends or, brothers or whoever you may come in contact with, it's a whole different world when men talk to men in the privacy of our space. So even though a man may tell you something, this is why women get lied to all the time. You can have a million male friends that you think are very honest and open, but they're not going to talk to you like they talk to me. So therefore, unfortunately, you're just not going to see this part, is what I'm saying to you. It's not what you think it is. That's just something that you think you are saying because you don't know men like me, because you don't get to sit in the circles of men when they let their guard down and tell you how they really feel, opposed to when they're talking to women. No man, no matter how much he claims to be heterosexual, Tanya, he's not going to tell you about that stuff. He's just not. And you have to accept that.
And I think that one of the things that you can also attempt to accept is that you're right. The types of conversations that men have with you will be different to the types of conversations that they have with a life coach, that they have with me, that they have in a safe space. And just because you gather around a bunch of men who say, oh yeah, oh that's gay, doesn't mean that some of those same heterosexual men may not enjoy a threesome with two men and a woman. All I'm saying is, because listen, from studying the data in evolutionary psychology, you said that you enjoyed my presentation earlier, right?
Yeah.
A man will produce more sperm. He will produce more sperm per cubic inch when he is in sexual proximity to another man, because his sperm is competing. It doesn't mean that he's attracted to men. It doesn't mean that he is interested in being with men. Only a man who is interested in being with men. And this is not a matter of, oh, I'm going to one up you because I have a dick. I am telling you that the way that you're thinking about things is the way that you think about it. It does not mean that a man is gay. It does not mean that he's homosexual if he watches porn, heterosexual porn. It doesn't mean that he's homosexual if he has threesomes. That's not what that means. Because there are women who engage in threesomes that are not gay, but you're saying if a person is in proximity to a person of the same sex, that makes them gay or even curious, and that's not true. And so you can't say that there's something.
Wait a minute, I want to ask you. You saying that women who have threesomes, if a woman has one man and another woman and she eats vagina, she's not gay?
We're not even talking about the person interacting with the other person sexually. That's because when you look at male, female porn, the men are not interacting with themselves. I mean, with other men. They're not interacting with other men. They're only interacting with the woman. There are all types of multiple partner intercourse. And it does not, because you're in the same proximity as a person having intercourse, does not mean that you sexually desire that person. I'm not sure what you.
Have you seen multiple? There's no way in God's green hell that you're telling me that when a man, I'm going to use my words, because I know I don't want to get you demonetized, but there's no way that one man is in a woman's anal and another man is in her vagina, and you think they don't feel each other, and another man's scrotums are touching, and you don't think that. You think that's just pleasurable come on, Tom.
Well, it sounds like you have seen this porn then.
I've seen porn. I never said I didn't see porn. I said I don't watch it.
But apparently you've seen this male, female porn then. You know how it goes down with the DPs.
But I don't believe in it anymore, Tanya.
Huh?
I've seen Santa Claus in my life too, but I don't believe in it.
So you used to believe in DPs?
No, I said I watch porn. I'm a human being. I've seen porn like everybody else. What I'm saying is,
so you've seen male, female porn, and you've seen double penetration.
I've seen men run trains on women in porn. I've seen lesbians. I've seen all kinds of porn because I'm 49. But what I'm saying is, when you start to see what it is, and you know the difference. But again, Tanya, like I said, I saw a compliment you, and I understand. I see where this is going. You're going to make it whatever you wanted to make it.
You sound like you're getting hyped up. So because you gave me some compliment, I'm just supposed to lay down and what? You gave me some.
No, you can have I like the fact that you're opinionated. See, again, you're twisting it. What I'm saying is, I think I'm going to get off after this comment. But what I'm saying is, this, I think, is part of the problem when men have conversations with women. I am for you. I'm for women trying to get better. But it doesn't matter what I say because you already have it in your mind what you want it to be. So this is why women fall under the problems of the Derek Jackson and stuff, because no matter what other men say and say, no, sister, that's the wrong way. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't fall to guys who just say anything you want to hear. I'm telling you, watch out for this, watch out for that. You say, no, it doesn't matter what you say. So therefore, there's no helping you there.
Listen, I'm sorry, but you're the one who needs some help right now. You're the one who needs some help.
It's me, Dan. You're right. It's me.
And I mean, you could try to be facetious if you want to. It's like other people can hear it. You're
right. So therefore, even when I agree with you, you're still.
I mean, we could listen, you said you're 49 years old. An emotionally intelligent person is not going to sit up here and try to be facetious and be like, oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay. So what is a right way to say you win, Tanya? Because
it's not about winning. We're having a conversation. Tell me what your name is again.
Simeon. So the thing is, when I say to you as a man, you put it on, well, that's just how you feel. I know men, and I'm like, Tanya.
I didn't tell you that I know men. This is your projection.
No, you said because you talk to men. This is what you said. I talk to men, and just because men like threesomes and everything doesn't make them gay. And I'm telling you, as a heterosexual man, differently, but you reject that. So, and that's fine. You have your opinion, about that, and I accept that. That's all I'm saying.
Can you accept that just because you feel a way doesn't mean that it's truth? Can you accept that?
That is possible. That is
okay.
possible.
Okay. Because the way that you feel about sex and the limitations or hangups that you may have because of all of the stuff that you're saying it means about you doesn't mean that those are the same limitations that other men have. And just because you were born with a scrotum and two nuts inside doesn't mean that you know what male kind is thinking and feeling and experiencing and expressing. This is what you're saying is your point of view. And you have every right to feel that way. But you cannot say that a man is attracted to men if he is in close proximity with other men on the street attempting to speak to a woman. You can't say that each and every one of those men is a closeted homosexual because he's in a group of people. You can't. How can you say that? Well, it's like you don't understand sexuality.
Just for the sake of argument, then, let me ask you a question just for the sake of argument, then I'll be finished. As a woman that is able to carry a child in your body for 9 months, you know, the process of having a child, I can read about it. I can look at all my scientific facts and I can do my research. I can talk to other women. But at the end of the day, in your opinion, who's more likely to be closer to what it is, me or you?
I have no idea how you're turning sexuality.
Because you're a woman.
Excuse me. And you're one human being. You are one human being, and your one opinion, your one, listen, even you are on the scale of the spectrum of sexuality yourself. You can only speak for yourself. You cannot speak for any other man. We're talking about sexuality, not carrying a child. We're talking about the waving scale of sexuality. We're talking about what it means to be homosexual or heterosexual, not what it means to carry. I mean, you don't know what every man's orgasm feels like. So it's like you can only speak from. Well, so is carrying a baby. Like we're talking about the spectrum, the scale of sexuality, and you cannot say that men who like to be in a group are all gay. You can't say that.
I just know that I watched your programs a lot. And the ongoing theme is about how men are dusty. They don't step up to responsibility, accountability, and all those things. And I can see your point in all of that. So which means that 80% of I'm talking about Black communities, 80% end up in divorces. 51% of men or Black men are single and without kids. And there are 2 million more Black women than men, which means Black people as a whole are failing in our society and relationship. So with that being said, we have a problem. Well, and all I'm doing is saying there is a reason for why men, I'm not blaming women at all. You have nothing to do with this. I'm telling you reasons why you guys are not finding suitable mates, what kind of guys you are, but you don't have to accept that. And that's your right. You're right. It's just my opinion.
And now you're having some sort of straw man argument, trying to conflate two completely unrelated issues because you have homophobic ideas and toxic masculine ideas that you are afraid to confront within yourself.
Homophobic idea.
Yes.
Hey, if you think it's my homophobic, all right, you're right. Okay, I understand, Tanya. You have a blessed day.
All right, so listen, I'm going to read a few of the Cash Apps. I need a little break after that phone call because, and Princess is saying he can't have an opinion. Yes, anybody can have an opinion, but a person cannot speak their opinion as fact. They can't. You can't speak your opinion as if it's fact. You know, you can say, in my opinion, I think they're gay. That's fine. But don't say that they are gay. That's a whole different thing, because we can only speak from our own point of view. And so in his point of view, he thinks that they're gay, and he's entitled to that point of view. What he's not entitled to is to speak for 150 million men in this country. He's not entitled to do that. And if there's anybody who has an issue with that, then I hope you check your own privileges and what it is that you think that you're entitled to, you know? All right, let me check the Cash Apps. All right, Corinne says, I sent you a message on Instagram from Coco. Okay, so I'll check that. Thank you. She sends $5. Thank you, Corinne. I have 2 Instagram accounts, so sometimes it's hard for me to find information. Antoine sends $5 and says, Tanya, he needs healing. I can tell. According to him, he probably feels that he doesn't need any, and that Antoine, that you don't know what you're talking about because he's a man and he talks to men and he's around more men than you, Antoine. So CEO sends $2 and says, the interaction is what matters. Bro is confused. Listen. And Free sends, he's on our team, sis. Give him a break. She sends $1. This is, it's not about teams. It's not about whether or not a person is on a team, or I understand that. And see, this is how a lot of us end up tricked and fooled, because we know that a person's heart means well, and we know, and they come in with compliments, and they come in with all of this sweet, loving energy, but then the stuff that they're saying just doesn't really add up. And their behavior doesn't really add up, and they start getting passive aggressive, and they start getting confrontational and throwing straw man arguments and conflating and moving the goalposts and giving fallacious arguments, and then attempting to belittle you and your point of view because they say, well, I'm a man, so I know better. And did nobody say that that person was not a man? No one said that. No one said that person wasn't a man. But then you see at the end, and Free, I'm surprised to see that comment from you, because then you see at the end, then he comes out and starts talking about that's how women get tricked and fooled by Derek Jackson. Listen, Derek Jackson is one man just like you are. You're just one man representing one person, and your unique individual journey only represents you. Derek Jackson, there were a lot of issues that existed in that realm. And the main issue was that he never challenged women to do the work that they needed to do on themselves. Instead, he just talked a bunch of flowery words. All I'm saying is we all need to challenge our beliefs and ideas, all of us. And we all need to stop saying that we know what 150 million people are in this country are thinking. And there was somebody who says, Tanya, you do the same thing. I don't. I speak about a type of person on this show where we use viral topics, and everybody's not going to get it. Everybody's not meant to get it. I don't speak in absolutes. I speak in generalities on the show because averages matter. And Free comes back and sends $1 and says, I get what you're saying. He wasn't ready. I don't think many of us are ready. All right, we're going to take the next call in. So the phone lines are open. All right, so it's 323-488-3149. And the Cash Apps are open. So if you want to get a comment in through the Cash App, make sure that you do that. And we shall talk. Okay. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Dara. How are you?
Yeah, hi, Dara. And remember, let me know whether or not you all here in the audience hears an echo. Go ahead, Dara. What's your point?
So I have several points, and I'm going to try to get to them fast. Mostly about the monogamy and how men think that they're not for monogamy.
Mm-hmm.
From my personal experience, I grew up in Islam. And from the time that I was able to process, since basically I was 6, I'm 25 now, I have never seen polygamy work. My father was polygamous, his friends were polygamous. And I'm going to try to break this down in 3 different, basically, departments, which is financial. Financial 1, and then emotional and spiritually, and then scientific. I'm going to try to do this as best as I can. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Financially, a lot of men are not equipped for polygamy. And I say this, I just want to make this disclaimer. Unless you are Jeff Bezos, polygamy is not for you financially, because you're not just taking care of different women, you're taking care of all of the children that you make with these women. And they cannot do it. They just cannot do it. One of the things that I would like to say, and I'm not trying to endorse a particular religion, a lot of people don't understand one particular thing about Islam. What it does is it regulates polygamy but endorses monogamy. And it's for that particular reason, all of the reasons that I'm about to basically list. For one, they don't ever talk about they do, but they just graze over everything that a man is supposed to do in this relationship, which is, once again, support all of these women and the children. And then they have to be fair. So you can't have one woman living in a palace and then another woman living in the slums of whatever society that you live in. They all have to be equal. So if one is living in a palace, you have to be able to afford a palace for each and every one of them. All right. And then let's go to the emotional and spiritual side of it. I have seen a lot of men be frustrated in these relationships because nobody is satisfied. And this is just from my personal experience with it. Either the woman is not satisfied or the man is not satisfied for whatever reason. So, for instance, one woman is over here having fertility issues and she's upset about it, but then your other wife gets pregnant. And how does there's so many facets of it. So you're over here celebrating, but you can't be completely happy for this wife because this wife is bearing the brunt of whatever it is that she's feeling. And then there is the sexual satisfaction of it. You might be able to satisfy one wife, but you can't satisfy this wife. It's a lot that goes into this, and they think that they are able to handle this relationship where half of the time, you already said yourself, 5% of women don't even experience orgasm. And it's once again, to me, this conversation just makes me understand the arrogance and also the inherent selfishness of men.
I want to correct that. I want to correct that statistic. When I dove deeper into the stats, it said that 75% of encounters don't result in female orgasm, but the actual amount of women who have never experienced an orgasm, I have to check on that particular number, but they're saying 75% of encounters. So I just wanted to just update that.
Absolutely. And thank you for correcting me.
No, I'm correcting myself because I was saying that myself. And then when I looked at it recently, there were different numbers. I don't know if the numbers changed and they're updated or if the data was misinternalized before, but please go ahead.
Yes. And so, there's all of the emotional aspect of it because they get upset with, let's just talk about women in general for the most part. I'm not speaking on every woman. Most men can't even handle the emotions of one woman. Let alone 4 or 6. That's just one. You struggle with just handling one woman and you think you're about to handle 6 or 7 or 15. And then to get the woman, whatever she comes, so she's coming, if this woman over here has 2 children for you, you have to take care of that and all of their emotions. And then this other woman here has 4 kids for you. You can't handle that. They all genuinely get frustrated. And then the scientific facts of it. Now, I'm going to just speak from my experience in Islam with the 4 different wives. I'm pretty sure just about every woman on this platform here on your live has experienced when you've been around one particular woman for long periods of time, how our cycles tend to sync. Now, let's talk about how when a man is having sex with one woman and then having sex with the other woman, the hormone is now on his member and now both their periods are sinking. So he's thinking that he's about to get sexual satisfaction because one wife is on her period. Okay, I can go to this wife and get some type of satisfaction. And it's like, no, because she's on her period too. They really think that they can handle a relationship like that. And I have seen these, and not just in my own personal life with my parents or my dad's friends, other people within the religion, these types of relationships crumble and fold. And I believe what you said is right. Men just want to just go dip and dive in everything and not carry the responsibility of it or the stress of it. I have never seen these relationships work. I'm sorry.
How many of these relationships have you seen?
How many, Lord?
Is it more than 10, under 10?
It's definitely, from the people that I know personally, it's definitely not more than 10, but I can definitely say about 5 or 6.
And so all 5 or 6 of these relationships, none of them worked for various reasons that you named?
Because somebody in these relationships are not satisfied, whether they're not sexually satisfied, emotionally satisfied, financially satisfied. I've never seen it work, Miss Tanya, and I'm sorry to say.
Well, this is new for me. I don't know the ins and outs. I just remember when I was in Kuwait, there were first wives were talking about how they were not going to let another wife come in. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting. And I do think that there is some arrogance involved with thinking that you can please multiple people in the same exact way, especially for men who have a very difficult time even really satisfying one woman emotionally and all of the other things involved. So that's interesting. All right. Well, we appreciate your point of view. We're going to open back up the phone lines. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the phone lines are open. I'm going to read a few of the Cash Apps right now. You're on the air live. Give me just one moment. Let me read the Cash Apps, okay?
All right, no problem.
All right. All right. So Amanda says, I want to call in about the monogamy topic. All right, Amanda, you sent $5. So I don't know what the last 4 of your, what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to turn it over to Cash App inspired phone calls, and you just send me the last 4 of your phone number, and then I'll just call you from the call list. Dion says, please call me. I can't get through. Okay, she sends $1. Thank you, Dion. And Mary Jane sends $1 and says, you keep running the men off. Why? Like they are a threat. No, but we appreciate your $1, Mary Jane. I have conversations with people, and when they say something that I want to explore, we explore the conversation. We explore that thought. You know, if somebody says something that I feel is inherently incorrect and phobic and problematic or contradictory, I'm going to speak out on it, whether the person has a penis, a vagina, or an unknown down there. If somebody is saying it and I hear it, I don't know if you just want me to just shut the fuck up and just let people talk and say whatever the hell they want to. And if that's the case, Mary, you could probably create your own show, and I don't have to be on there. I could just be on my own platform, and you could have people call in and say whatever they want on your platform. That would work, right? So Teresa sends $20 and says, I, with the spell EYE, I feel you like a isotona queen. Stay great. Love you. Well, love you too. I didn't know how tight are them isotonas. And Wait sends $10 and says, Tanya, I love it when you smile. I'm every woman. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $10. Wait. All right. So let's answer our phone call. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name? Hi, I need you to turn down the volume of the.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, wonderful. What's your name?
All right, so my name is Jeremy.
I can't hear you. What is your name?
My name is Jeremy.
Oh, your name is Jeremy. What's your name in the text?
No, I'm not chatting at all. I'm just watching.
Oh, okay. So talk to us. What's your comment, Jeremy?
All right. So I was looking at the topic and stuff like that. I was listening to the other brother that was talking, and he was just like about the porn thing. Or I don't know about all that, but like I never really had a problem watching porn at all. Like it's not like I was focusing on the dudes anyway. But besides that, I wanted to like talk about the monogamy thing and the polygamy thing.
Okay.
So like, I'm a pretty young dude. You feel me? I'm in my early 20s.
Okay.
And it's just like I be thinking about this a lot because throughout my relationships, like throughout like all my relationships throughout my life, I realized like I could love one girl, but I would be also sexually attracted to other girls. You feel me? Like I would be sexually attracted to my girlfriend. I would love her, but that doesn't remove the idea that I couldn't. Like I also want to have sex with other girls.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, so after every time my relationships would end, I would have to be honest with myself. Like, do I really want to get another relationship? Because the way I would see it is, because like, I'm a dude that like I'm attractive, you know, I'm pretty tall, so it's just like I'm pretty successful with girls throughout my life. So it's just like every time if I get in a relationship, I'm just gonna be missing out on all the other girls that I could be doing it with.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So
yeah.
Sometimes I just have to sit down and be honest. It's just like I wanna be able to love one girl, and I can do that, but I don't know if I could talk one girl into being able to, you know, stay monogamous with me while I could love her and always make sure she's sexually satisfied, but I could also sleep outside. You feel me? But at the same time, I don't think that would be fair. So I don't want to put a girl in that position. So
Okay.
I'm just like, I would like to know your thought on that. Like, what do you think? Like, because right now I'm pretty young. I don't know if it's going to change in the future, but this is just like my mindset right now.
So why not just be in open relationships?
Well, I don't like I was thinking about that, you know, like being in an open relationship and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's just like I don't want to be in a position where I know my girl's sleeping with other dudes. Because it's gonna be like kind of weird. But this is where like the selfishness that I'm not trying to have comes in, because if I want to do that, I don't want her to not to be able to do that as well. So right now it's just like what I do is, you know, like I talk to a couple of girls, you feel me, like they found me attractive, I rock with them and stuff like that. I tell them my mindset, like I tell them from like the jump, like I'm not really looking for anything serious, you feel me? But if you want to get down sometimes and chill, whatever, just like holler at me, you feel me? And they sometimes do that, and like the ones that's not trying to do that, I'm like, all right, that's cool too. But I don't know, like in the future, like what do you think would be like a good like setup, you know, for my life to continue going? Like, what do you think?
I don't think I'm qualified to help you find what's right for your life, especially when we are living in a patriarchy that is so toxic to women. So in this patriarchy, you have a desire for you to be promiscuous while your girl is monogamous. And so this is and also look, let's do a survey in the audience. Let's do a survey. Okay.
Yeah, what is that?
Ladies, if you find other men sexually attractive when you're in a relationship, put up the number 2. If you do not find other men sexually attractive while you're in a relationship, put up the number 3. Let's see. If you have no desire, okay, look at the numbers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like,
yeah, so like
did you see my diagram earlier?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like I just tuned in like a couple of minutes ago.
Okay, so
yeah,
women. So listen. My point is when I did the diagram in the last video, human beings are not. Monogamy is a choice that men make and that women make. Look, you see, I don't see 1, 3. Oh, wait, one person put up a 3, but it went by so quickly. Here, I just found it. This is the only person who has put up the 3. That's it. All of the other women put up a 2. It's like men in your egoic thinking, you don't really understand that women crave other men. Women crave the touch, the emotion.
Oh no, I get that a lot. Sorry, no, trust me. I totally understand that.
The penetration, the different size or curvature of a different man. So women have those cravings too. Women see somebody with some dark skin and your ovaries start fibrillating. You're like, oh, I wonder what some dark-skinned babies would look like. You see somebody with some hazel eyes and you're like, oh, I wonder what some hazel baby. So women have these same thoughts, but, women make a choice when they make the choice. And then many women are not even making that choice. They just fronting. And men don't even look to see. So your question, go ahead.
In my opinion, I feel like a lot of guys, I feel like the reason why I think I'm not saying that I feel like that's what everybody should do, but I feel like one of the reasons why I think it would be easier for dudes to be able to do this is because we don't really carry the risk of pregnancy, carrying a baby, delivery, stuff like that. So it's kind of easier to engage in shit like this, you feel me? But I'm just at a point where I'm just trying to figure out, it's just all right, I don't really think a relationship is for me, you feel me? I feel like I'm pretty satisfied with the way things are going for me right now. But I don't know. In the future though, I don't I don't really believe in having different kids by many different women. But I feel in the future, I'm around 6'5", 6'6". So I'm just trying to find a woman that's around 6 foot, 6'2" or something, make a couple of athletes with her and just chill. You feel me? That's the plan. But I don't really think of a relationship in the long term to die type shit with one woman. I think I could love one woman till I die, but I don't think I could only be sexual with one.
Well, you know what? Listen, why not just open it up and just be in open relationships? Let her be able to experience the joys of other men and other men penetrating her deep up into that cervix with that curved hook going on either side of her walls on the inside. Why not just let her experience those pleasures someplace else while you slipping and sliding? Let her get poking and joking.
No, I mean, I'm pretty honest with all the girls I know now, you feel me? The ones I be rocking with, messing with. I just tell them you feel me? And I think they know this. So I think if they choose to chill with me and stay with me, I'm not grimy and none of that shit. I'd be honest with it up front, you feel me? And I feel
but you know what? Hold on. Let's talk honestly for a moment, right? Let's talk honestly for a moment. And about the lack of self-esteem, lack of self-love, and lack of self-soothing that many men have, that they are constantly looking for this satisfaction in the pussy holes of other women, that they're constantly looking for release and a soothing that they're not able to do on their own, this addiction that they have to new vagina, this addiction that they have to experiencing different women and looking for something in the pussies of these women, trying to get back into that comforting, warm spot, rather than learning how to cope, rather than learning their own discipline. I mean, you said you're in your early 20s, so you're about to peak out. You're about to have your sexual peak soon. And then after you hit 35, your testosterone will plummet. But right now, of course, you have reproductive urges. But as a human being, you have to take a look at yourself and see whether or not you're really getting what it is that you need in the pussies of all these women. Are you getting, if you really think about it, right? What is the orgasmic difference really? If a person just wants release, what is the orgasmic difference between just having intercourse with yourself versus this high that men go through in this patriarchy, thinking of women as these accessories and wanting to collect a whole bunch of different ones like shoes, right? The high that you get, and then the low and the self-loathing and the self-hatred that you feel afterwards when you're like, why did I do this again? Why did I travel this far for this vagina? And really not finding the love, the self-love that you were truly looking for. Why not just really just focus on trying to uncover those truths? Why not?
I mean, I don't know, like, like I feel like you went deeper than I ever really saw it for real. To be honest, like I never really thought about it that deep, and I feel like every time I've gotten down with multiple girls, I never really felt the way that you're saying. Like maybe I felt bad about it or like anything, because I'm upfront with everything I do. Like I tell them, you feel me? They know how I work. They know how I work. They get down with me, we chill, and that's it. And like, so I don't really like face any, like, let's say, internal conflict. You feel me? Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, you know what? Listen, some
And I don't
people.
think I'm like really hurt either, like or like anything. I feel like I'm pretty loved, like I got people who love me and stuff like that. But of course I know who really love me and stuff like that. But I just really don't understand. Like, I just really don't think deep down in my heart, like one woman until I die is gonna be enough. I can't do that. So like right
Yeah.
now,
Mm-hmm.
like what I'm doing is like I'm like around 22. Like I'm about to be 23 soon. I'm just trying to like become like like some super high value dude at some point. Like so I could like I can't explain it, but right
Just
now
look,
like it's all about my grind, my
work on your
purpose,
self-love.
everything.
Work on your self-love. Listen, work on your
It's all
self-love.
myself,
Learn about the energetic release. Whenever you are going out there, engaging in activities that has the potential to create another human being, that you're mixing your energies with another human being, rolling around with another human being. And when you do that casually and don't really have any type of connection to where your body is going and what hole your body is going into, there's a need for you to look within yourself. And you asked my opinion, but then you're like, oh, I don't really. So just do whatever you want to do. It's so simple. Go do what you want to do. Don't think about your lack of ability to self-soothe or your.
but like definitely though, like even though I think like the probabilities of me getting anybody pregnant right now, like I think it's like mad low. It's, like everybody stay protected and honest. Like we talk about stuff, you feel me? But I feel like if that were to happen, I'm not gonna like shy away from taking care of my kid, because like the way I see it, just like I think I'm actually mad product. It's my genetics.
Yeah, no one's not talking. No one's talking about you not taking care of the children, and then also being outside of the home. There's really but only so much you can truly take care of a child from a different home or state or wherever. There's only but so much taking care of you can take care of a child when your child does not see the the demonstration of love between father and mother. So there's only but so much taking care of a child that we can do. All I'm saying is look within yourself and see where the inconsistencies are, because apparently there are inconsistencies if you don't want to be in an open relationship, but you rather have the woman be monogamous while you're promiscuous.
Well, I have a question. Do you believe that like a like a woman and a man is able to have kids but not necessarily be in a relationship, but also very cordial toward one another and like really cool towards the kids?
Yeah, but there's like what high fidelity is, right?
High fidelity? Nah, you should tell me like what that is.
No, high fidelity is when you hear some very clear sound from your speakers.
Oh, no.
You never heard of the term high fidelity?
No, never.
Okay. Well, there's this thing called high fidelity where you hear some really crystal clear, like the way that a thing is recorded is when you can hear a thing with all of the timbre and the bass and the tonation in the way that it was recorded, that is high fidelity. Along the way, there are losses, right? So like right now, I have a very expensive microphone. I'm sitting far from the microphone, but when I sit very close up on it, you can hear the quality of the sound of the microphone. Depending on what type of cables you have and the type of connections you create, right? There's losses that exist in the sound. So regardless of how much we think that being a single parent and being separated from our child may not have an effect, there are losses. Yeah, you can be cordial, but there's loss there's losses along the way where you miss out on this little thing, you miss out on that. Maybe you miss out on the bedtime stories or the dinner times, or the child doesn't see how a man behaves day in and day out in love with the mother, and doesn't have the demonstration of what a healthy relationship looks like, et cetera, et cetera. So there are losses that exist along the way. So you do whatever it is that you...
I have a question.
You have a lot of questions, but we've got to get to the next caller.
Okay. All right. No problem.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. So let me grab these Cash Apps. How long have we been on? So after the first, okay, so we've been on for an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the phone lines, and we're only going to take, for the last hour, we're going to take Cash App calls after that. You on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Tony. How are you?
Tony, is this a prank call? Let me know. Just get to it so I can hang up quickly.
Oh, no. It's not a prank call at all. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Because some people. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I wanted to call in because I love your platform, and I just wanted to come in with some facts.
Okay.
The first fact with polygamy is the rivalry between the wives. Oftentimes, the oldest child or the most capable child inherits the majority of the husband's resources. Now, this is when the husband has resources.
Tony, I need you to pause for just one moment. Let me just read these Cash App comments because we just finished with that last call. So I'm going to come back to you in just 1 second, okay? Because I was actually just getting ready to turn the phone lines off. All right, 1 moment.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back with you. 1 moment. Okay. So we have... Okay, so King sends $25 and says, Narcissist 14. I don't know if this is a phone number or what, but it says Narcissist 14 dash, and then it has a bunch of numbers. It says a man point of view on this. So I don't know what that means, but he sends $25. Thank you, King. Right? And Ebony sends $5 and says, your spiciness. Thanks for repping Black women so well. Thank you, Ebony. I'm glad you see it that way. Some people have problems with my repping. And then Ada sends $1 and gives her the last 4. So I'm going to come back to that. And okay, so Amanda gives her last 4. And then, okay. Percy sends $5 and says, it goes down, but it doesn't plummet. Okay. It plummets down sharply after the age of 35. Many don't want to admit it, but it plummets sharply. It does, but it's okay. I'm not questioning your virility. It plummets sharply, but it doesn't go all the way down. It doesn't plummet to 0, but it does go down, increasing. It goes down. All right. So Tony, you're on the air live again. This is Tanya. So continue. You were saying about the rivalry with polygamy.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I have a few facts here I just wanted to put out.
Okay.
So the rivalry, this is if the husband.
Oh, Tony, we dropped your call. So Tony, the phone lines are closed. So what I'm going to do is, you know what? Let me see if I could find the last call that was received in. Give me 1 second. I think this is your number, but is it your number? Let's see.
Hello.
Tony?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So you're back on the air. You got disconnected.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw that. I'm so sorry about that. Back to what I was saying. So the rivalry, this is if the husband has resources to pass on as a legacy. There's often, I'm talking about more often than not, there's always rivalry between the wives. Usually in most cultures, the oldest child gets he becomes the head of the resources when the father passes away. In some cultures, like I believe the Lesotho in southern Africa, the youngest child actually gets it. But in these rivalries, the other wives will sabotage the children of each other in order for their child to become first in line for the proprietorship of the legacy.
What?
And that often causes rivalry.
They'll sabotage the other children. How?
Oh my goodness! I used to live in Swaziland, which is now called Eswatini, I believe. And the king there, he's a real monarch. He has like I think he had like 12 wives or something. Each one of them had their own mansion. They each had their own BMW. They had their resources, but the wives would kill, poison, maim each other's children so that their child would have a better political title. Because he spread the political titles around his children. But even in Chinese imperial times, the wives, they would kill each other. They would kill each other's children. They would poison each other's children. Even in the Sultanate of the Middle East, the oldest child would actually turn around and kill all of the other males, all of the other male children. So you're talking about 20 other offspring of the king. When the king died, he would kill all the males. And these are traditions. So I'm just saying that there's always been a rivalry. Didn't even Oshun and Yemaya, didn't they have a rivalry over Shango as well?
Did they? I didn't hear about that.
At one point, I think they reconciled it, but at one point, I believe that there was a rivalry at the beginning of their story.
I did not hear that. Oh, that sounds horrible. I thought they were in different categories.
No,
but
they fought over Shango. At least it was Oshun and another female goddess. At least
I did not know
Shango.
that. Oh goodness. Well,
Now,
okay. You know what? I'm gonna let you continue with your points. I just wanted to interject that when I was watching this Netflix show, it's a Nigerian show called Sons of the Caliphate. The mother of the oldest did send like her son in to be a spy to like sabotage the relationship of one of the other wives. So that was really interesting. I thought that was just in that show. I didn't realize this was happening in real life.
That also happened in Chinese imperial times as well. It happens. It's always happened. When you have multiple women, they become catty and they try to get each other in some of the worst ways. I mean, they will throw acid on each other. I mean, they'll do a lot of stuff.
Oh my gracious.
They try to make them infertile.
Oh my goodness. Okay, continue on. How many more points do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's 3 more main ones and 2 kind of off-topic ones. I'll do my 3 main ones.
Okay.
So in our society and in many other societies, men don't really inherit wealth until they're in like their midlife because the father has to die. Or even in our society, most men don't really get that wealth until they're in their like 40s because it takes time to build it up. But this is scientific fact. I was a part of a study for Stanford University. Men that are 45 years and up should not have children because their sperm begins to deteriorate, and that leads the children to have birth defects, cranial defects, low birth weights, autism. It even leads the mother of a child born to a man that is 45 plus to have postnatal diabetes. And this is a study that has been, I think it was like on 5 million people. So this is fact. So older men, once you get to that point of wealth, you shouldn't even be having children because don't you want your legacy to be passed on to healthy, able children? And I speak on this because my father was like 47, 48 when my brother and I were born, and we had issues. I was born early with a low birth weight. My brother has autism. Like these are facts. And so my next point is when you have a lot of children, like between many different women, oftentimes the children end up getting together, whether it's accident, sometimes it's on purpose because they're in close proximity and they're only half siblings anyway. And so that happens actually a lot. And
there's accidents.
Sometimes you don't know that your father has had children with other women. I have that in my family. They didn't know that their father stepped out. and they ended up getting like a half sibling.
That type of accident. Oh goodness. Okay.
Yes. And that kind of ties into my other point, which is lack of genetic diversity. When you have, like, say in these, ancient times, you had one man creating children with many, many different wives, it actually created a lack of genetic diversity. And I hope not to offend anybody, but this is fact. That's why the Middle East has over 760 genetic disorders. They are born with, most of the time, born with a variety of 760 genetic disorders, because there is a lack of genetic diversity, because they keep intermarrying, and the men are having children later in life, and it's creating, like, and genetic scientists are like baffled. They're like, how do we stop this? This is like ruining our society. We need to fix this problem. And so that's also another problem with having multiple wives, and waiting, till a man has the resources. So with that, men and women both have a prime time to have children, and that's from like 23 to 36. Those are the prime years. You can go after that a little bit, but those really are the prime years. And in those years, men don't really have like all the resources to have multiple wives. And so it's really a mess how the polygamy thing, it's not, because of the lack of genetic diversity. That's one of the reasons why, as you've said, that male patriarchal societies pushed for monogamy, because they were realizing that one man spreading his seed all over the place was creating problems in the genetics of their society.
Okay. Well, what are your thoughts about modern day healthfulness of people and the ability for people to procreate much later into life with and without assistance, especially people who are Nubian?
Oh, I mean, I think it's great, because we do have the help now, and now people can wait till later to have, because they'll have the wealth and the resources. But with men, they really haven't. I think there are pills and vitamins that men can take, but the deterioration of their sperm is a natural thing. This is a natural thing. Like, if you think, whoever you believe created humans, whether it's God or just coincidence or whatever, it was done by design, so that we would stop at a certain age and let the younger generation continue on.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Tony.
There's one more small point I would like to.
Okay. I thought you said you read the 3. Go ahead. What's the one more small
Yes,
point?
I did, but this one I think is important. That apparently, I'm not in my 40s yet, but apparently through some research, women that are 40 plus actually reach their sexual peak, not their reproductive peak, but their sexual desire peak. And so, that's when we kind of start slowing down with our reproduction. You don't have to, but naturally, that's kind of when we start slowing down. So my thing is, that's when we become freaks, apparently. And so if a man wants to have sex but doesn't want to procreate, then then that's when older women naturally should become more attractive, because you can have fun without the consequences. That's my last point.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you very much for having me. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so you all hear that. The go get with a woman in her naughty 40s. Listen, the caller said it. All right. So we're going to read a few of the Cash Apps, and then we're going to take the phone calls. All right. So let's see. All right. I have, oh my gosh. Ebony sends $4.44 and says, "Dear Simeon, please go to hell disrespectfully." Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, you all are so crazy. I don't know what to respond back to this. Okay, I'm gonna respond with the smiley face with no mouth. That's all I'm gonna say to that. And then we have King T is sending a number to call in. And Andrea sends 1111 and says, love you, boo. Keep doing you. And send the heart back to you. Thank you, sweetie. And Shakira sends in $6.86 and says, facts. My dissertation on polygamy, domestic violence, and SA. I forgot what SA stands for. What did SA stand for? So polygamy, DV, and SA. I forgot. You know what? I'm going to check and see. Because I know you must have wrote this to me before. Okay, SA equals sexual abuse. Okay. I can look through past messages apparently on here. So I got it. All right, so let me go through and start calling the people. Okay, so Free, I need you to call in so that I can see the last. So Free, so nobody else call in because we're only doing Cash App calls right now. So we did an hour, looks like an hour and 15 minutes of standard phone calls. Now we're just doing Cash App phone calls. So just send in the last 4 of your phone number and I will call you back, but you have to be in a call list. So Free, Amanda, King T, and let's see, and Dion. I'm going to need you all to get ready to do your call. And then after that, we'll do a few moments of the calls. And then after that, we'll be done for the evening. All right, let me check my call list. Okay. So first person up is Free, and that number ends in blank, 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 and I'm looking for it, and I do not see it on the call list, Free. Oh, I do. I see it right here. Right here. There we go.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
She didn't give me some Google Voice number. Girl, you ain't ready for the phone call then. Listen. All right. So we're going to move on to the next call. Next.
Yes.
Oh, we were just about to move on. Hey, Free.
Hey, how are you? Okay, so the only reason why I'm calling your live stream is to address the Cash App where I said give him a break.
Oh, okay.
And
when you say, he's on our side, yes.
Yeah, he's on our side, give him a break. Mm-hmm. And I've lost my voice because the type of work I do, I'm screaming all day. But so forgive me, I'm going to sound a lot deeper than I normally am.
Yeah.
Okay, so why I told you to give him a break is because I was on like my break and I started watching your live stream and it was about, talking about monogamy and polygamy and all of that stuff. That within itself is an entirely bigger beast.
Okay.
You understand? Like that's a bigger beast. And the conversation, not the conversation, but what you were teaching, you were showing us like differences in like, choosing mates and women and within men. And why I said to you to give them a break is because I did not want your live stream to go off subject.
Okay.
I wanted it to stay on subject. So that's why I say give him a break.
Okay.
Give him a break because that was a totally different beast to tackle when it comes to, the gay, what he spoke on as being gay and this, that, and the other. That's a totally different beast.
Okay.
Also, what was a totally different beast was the conversation about he's around more men than you. He's a man. He has, scrotums and all of this. And he knows this patriarchy. He knows it.
Mm-hmm.
And you explaining that, you are knowledgeable. And that is absolute fact. You're knowledgeable. And not only are you knowledgeable, so I am also a Leo. So
You're a
I
what?
do not, I'm also a Leo.
Oh, I thought you said a
Leo.
meal. I'm
A
like,
Leo.
oh, you're not a snack.
Sorry.
You a whole
My
meal.
Oh God, no. But no, I'm also a Leo.
Okay.
But I'm very heavily wounded in Cancer. But so the situation, I'm able to hear both sides, but I wanted you to stay on topic. I wanted you to dissect the part of patriarchy, stay on course, my sister, my sister,
Okay.
stay on course, and don't be diverted into, okay, so I'm not saying like you shouldn't, because you have your own personality. You spoke in email. And FYI, she returns emails. Okay,
Please don't tell people that.
She will express. No, I'm going to tell them this, because she will state her opinion, and she will state what she has learned. And I even had to humble myself and be like, okay, yeah, you're right. So my thing is, I just want you to stay on topic.
Okay.
What that guy was talking about, he was talking about a whole bunch of stuff. And just like the other guy that just got off the phone, sounded like a really younger guy, he was talking about a whole lot of stuff. To me, that younger guy was like, seemed like he was coming on the show to see how he could pimp women. So that's neither here nor there. I just want you to stay on topic, my girl.
Okay.
Do your thing, and
you know what? You're right.
Ready.
You're right. I have to learn how to just be like, okay, well, that's your opinion. Thank you. Bye. I got to learn how to do that more. That's something I got to work on.
You got to work on that. And since you check me, so, and I'm not trying to say this like on your live stream to be like belittling you, because I think you're very smart.
I don't remember checking you.
No, you corrected me on something. You got to go back to my email then and look at what I said in my original email. But you didn't really like check me like, oh, like you was all up in my face aggressive. But you explained, I don't like men, I don't like men or women calling women names, because I called somebody a harlot.
Oh, okay. I remember that email. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you got on me. And I was just like, you was like, do we abuse the person that's self-abusing?
Right.
And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, it came out clear as day. No, we don't. And it changed my thinking. So that whole conversation with the first guy, he stated an opinion. I do agree with him to a certain extent. I agree with him that in this system that we're living in right now, men are congregating amongst each other, and they are vicious. They are vicious. They are on an attack.
But that doesn't mean that they have sexual desire or romantic desire for other men.
Sis, that's almost like when you was wearing that beautiful. That wasn't even girl. You had that thing to the side with a camouflage jacket on. You was having a good day, and you was trying to express an opinion. And I taught somebody this today. Now let you know why I lost my voice. I was teaching creativity. It was about ideas versus unusual. A lot of people don't think about the unusual. When it's unusual, it seems strange. It seems very strange. And not a lot of people are mentally capable to deal with the strange. So as of right now, the problem is, where I agree with that guy, is that he's on our team, because he realized that this congregation of our black men that are congregating with each other and that are viciously attacking women. They're calling them whores, sluts, everything you can name.
Oh Lord, this video's demonetized.
I'm a single mother. I'm a single mother. I was married. I was what they call someone that had a title. And I am still a single mother right now to this day. So I'm looking for that content where they understand that there are women that were married, that have been through the fire, that have said, you know what, this is too much. And now that I said that this is too much, it's a vicious attack. So sis, just stay on the patriarchy, not saying what you should do, because girl, I know you're gonna hit some points. But just understand that some of those conversations is for a whole nother beat.
Okay.
And we ain't got time
you
for
know
that
what?
Right now. Because
you are free. You are so right. Thank you. We appreciate your phone call.
Don't die, sisters. Keep living, girl.
All right.
Leave that stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I learned some things during that phone call. Thank you. Thank you so much. I learned that that's what I need to work on. So thank you. Thank you all. I was just putting up comments randomly, just clicking, not reading them, but just getting them up on the screen because the comments are going by quickly. And I don't think you all know how quickly the comments do go by. So if there was any comment up there that offended anybody, I apologize. I was not reading the comments. I was just posting them on the screen so that as people watch the playback, they would see comments on the screen. All right. So Free, we got your phone call. Let's get to the next one. The next one, we have Amanda. Amanda, I'm going to look for your last digits. Here we go. Thank you. Whew, child. I appreciated that phone call. That phone call taught me, so thank you. Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hi, Amanda?
Yes. Hi, Miss Tanya. How are you?
Hey, you're on the air live.
I am so glad that I was able to get through. Thank you for actually taking my call. First off,
well, you know what? Thank you for sending the Cash App through with the last 4 of your number. So thank you.
Oh yeah. Well, I have to contribute. I'm a huge fan of yours. And first off, let me just say thank you for your critique of the Rizza Islam and the Nick Cannon video. I really appreciate your opinion on that because that was really of high value to me. So,
really? Okay, that's an older video. What did you find valuable about that?
One thing that I found valuable was that, with Nick Cannon having his success and he feel like, with the history of the black man. And,
got you. Yes. So let's stay with this topic.
So you know all of that.
Yes. I got you.
I was a real fan of that. I'm like, okay, at least somebody gets it because I just felt that really like that was a real good critique.
Okay. So let's talk about tonight's topic: polygamy, monogamy, all of this stuff. Talk to me. Promiscuity, all of it.
Now, monogamy. The lies that men would say about monogamy, as far as my experience, I would say that the men that I have encountered, they don't really accept the personal responsibility or the accountability for really wanting to be with one person or with one, whether it be male or female, whichever one you choose, whatever. But I just feel like when it comes down to, a man isn't meant to be with one woman, why would he have all of this sperm? And then it's just like, okay, you can say all of that, but it really has to be in your character to really be with one woman. Mm-hmm. It's like with certain women, it has to be in her character to really want to be with one man. She has to know that within herself that she's not made for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
just like with certain men, yeah, you got all this sperm and you can create and all of this other stuff, but like the other callers have said in your show already, especially with the African polygamous relationships, a lot of that is tiring. It's frustrating, it's tiring, and every woman is different. Every biological situation is different. A whole bunch of children are different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a factor of really just accepting that personal accountability of, okay, I don't want to be with one woman, and I don't want to lead this woman on saying that, oh, I can be with you, knowing that if I look at another woman and I'm attracted, I'm going to just do like a general blanket statement and be like, oh, well, a man isn't meant to be with another woman. And I just don't feel like certain men, they don't feel like the need to do that inner work within themselves and like work their, I don't know, their inner, not their inner demons, but really just do that inner deep work and do that. I don't know what you call it, but I just feel like with the men that I've encountered with, not just to say in general for everybody else, I just like how, certain men don't want to take accountability or responsibility.
Okay. All right. So
and
let's get to the gist. Let's sum this up in a nice, pretty package so we could all understand the gist of what you're saying.
Okay.
So go ahead. What is the gist, the bottom line of what you're saying?
For me, the bottom line of what I'm saying, as far as my experience about the lies that men say about monogamy, is really you have to have that in your character to really be with one woman.
Got you. Okay, great. Well, we appreciate that point of view, Amanda. Thank you.
Thank you. And your facial expressions are priceless on this show. I'm trying to maintain and keep my composure, but I'm losing it. But,
okay.
But thank you for accepting my call.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye. All right, so we're going to take the next caller, which is going to be King T. So give me just one moment. All right, here we go. King T, we're about to get you. I don't see you in the list, so it looks like I'm gonna have to dial your number because you sent the whole thing through. But I'm having mouse problems. All right, hold on. Let's see. This mouse is so frustrating. Slide, slippity slide. Okay, let's get this number. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so King T, we're calling you right now.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available. Please try again later.
That's that disconnected sound. Child, what done happened to you? You sending cash apps and ain't pay your bill? Let me make sure I ain't dialed this the wrong way. Here, because first time you wrote the number wrong. Let me come closer and dial this personally. Here we go. Let me make sure my phone is up. Lord, what's going on here? This is why I like to call from the call list, because then you don't have no issues going on with people and numbers not doing right. Let's see what we have here.
Hello.
Oh, okay. I must have dialed wrong the first time. Okay, my bad.
It's okay. First of all, it's a pleasure to be speaking with you, Tanya. I'm always watching your show, but that's not the resistance on the call. So yeah, thanks.
Okay.
First of all, because I know we got a set amount of time, and I don't want to, take anybody else's time. Just want to touch on a couple of things that been hearing in the room versus as a real man, speaking from a man's point of view versus hearing a woman's view on how they see a man.
Okay.
First and foremost, from the young man that called in Jeremy, what was his name? Jeremy?
Yeah.
I think, particularly for him, it's a case, man, where maturity is going to have to take over before he really realizes, you know, the logistics of what a relationship really is. You can't come into a woman's life expecting her to be everything that you want her to be, but you can't be everything she needs you to be. You want to dibble and dabble, but that's your person. Well,
right.
why did I heard this?
Okay, people are saying there's an echo. Hold on, let me plug in for this call. Give me 1 second.
I really think it's me because when I get to talking, I put it on speakerphone.
So take it off speakerphone.
I did, sweetheart. I did.
Okay.
Now, as far as the young lady that just spoke, what I'm hearing is a lot of ladies coming onto the line and they're speaking personally on personal experiences and passing that off like a lot of pastors do in church. What a lot of pastors that I've heard do, they'll read something, get their own understanding, and pass it off to the congregation like it's fact-found, proven information.
Okay.
The Bible says, study to show thyself approved. So if you're not studying, you don't get your own definition of particularly what you needed from that verse. So that's what I'm hearing. A lot of ladies calling, well, this man did this and that man did that to me. Well, that's not particularly generalized. That's generalizing every man by your own situation that you went through. Mm-hmm. So that's not particularly, how men are. Now, as far as, I'm not even going to say the dude, man, because I really used to listen to this guy all the time. I just call him DJ for now.
Okay. You used to watch his videos?
I watched his videos because I really thought this guy was an upstanding character. I was like, okay, I feel that. Not every man out there is looking to fuck a woman over. Not every man is.
So you can't say Derek Jackson, but you could say the word fuck. My broadcast is trash. This thing is trash. We got F words, P words, WHOR. Everything is in here. I
don't want to say the man's name because it's like I'm so pissed with that whole situation to even sit up there and watch how you treated this woman and how you controlling her. You know what I'm saying? Her mind. Whatever. Yes, she has the own choices to make, but maybe she's brainwashed at this point. I mean, just even watching the video, that shit was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Just totally ridiculous. So, yeah, I actually used to watch his videos, and I agree with a lot of stuff that he stated in regards to how a man should treat a woman, how a woman should feel about her man. If a woman should stand behind a man that's really a true strong man.
Okay.
But a weak man can't even stay at home and keep his dick in his pants. The easiest thing that anybody can do is cheat. How about you guys start challenging yourself and be faithful? That's the big challenge.
So you're faithful is what you're telling us, King.
I'm sorry?
You're faithful is what you're telling us.
All right. So basically what I'm saying is not every man is the same. Don't group us up.
Are you faithful is the question, T.
I'm sorry, I could barely hear you, Tanya.
You can't hear me now? All of a sudden the sound is going out. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I said, is you faithful, T?
Am I faithful? I'm more than faithful. I'm more than faithful. We're in 2021.
Are you married, T?
No, I'm not married. But I'm faithfully in a relationship.
But you ain't married the woman. The woman's still single and you talking about you faithful?
No, well, okay, so my ex-wife, she's my
ex-wife now too? Away. Oh my Lord.
She passed away.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a widower.
All right.
Right. So
all right. So you're a widower. How long you been with this new woman?
Now for 5.5 years. 5.5 years.
6 years a girlfriend. Okay, go ahead. We got 12 years of cheat on one side, 6 years of girlfriend on the other. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, however it is, it's how it is. But the thing about it is, so what my true belief is, you can always stay faithful at home until you fuck off. Once you fuck off, it's kind of like there's another soul tie you just connected with another woman. So the intensity that you had at home is no longer there. now you always have the curiosity mind of, I want that spell. I want that spell.
How do you know this?
Experience. Experience is a teacher.
Oh, so you were a cheater.
No, I wasn't a cheater, but I was young. Now, this is during my single time where I'm just slanging it everywhere.
Hold on. How old were you when you were slinging it everywhere? The same age as Jeremy, huh?
I was around Jeremy's age.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the gist of it. Let's get to the gist of it. What is it that you wanna emote? Come on.
All right. So basically, what I'm promoting is
emote.
Every man is different. Every man can't be grouped off, because there are some of us that actually believe in monogamy. There's actually some of us that actually truly believe that this person could have this disease. Now you don't just have STDs now. Now you have coronavirus, and I'm not for this.
So you're gonna get COVID in your penis?
No, what I'm saying is
I can't. This is enough, King. We can't. This is enough. This is enough.
What I'm only saying is the reason to be monogamous with your woman is because there's more than one thing to be worried about now.
So that's the reason to be monogamous, is because there's some disease, which means if it wasn't no disease, you'd be still swinging it and swinging it and pushing it out there.
No, not at all. But my thing about it is, it's why F over somebody else's life because you choose to still be a hoe.
But the thing is, we could tell from your voice that you're over 35.
Okay.
So once your testosterone plummeted, now you've come back out talking about you faithful, but you don't got the raging hormones surging through your balls anymore. Now you're talking about, you said, hold on, you said all men are different, but then you was just like Jeremy. All men are different, but you got 6 years of girlfriend.
That's why I originally said to Jeremy it's going to have to be a maturity thing. Now, as far as this raging bull, I'm not really sure what determines what's this or that, because I still get it in daily, a couple of times, 2 or 3 times a day. So
ain't nobody having intercourse 2 and 3 times a day. How am I caught up in this conversation? How am I caught up in this conversation with this man?
Let me ask you this.
How old are you, King T?
How can you speak?
How old are you?
I just turned 40. Okay. 40.
So you just turned 40. You claiming that you having intercourse 4 times a day.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with this male ego. So you got a fleshlight under your desk at work? Is that what you're saying?
Because if I can't have sex with my lady, she's at work, just at whatever, then I get me. I get me at home by myself. I don't need another woman to take my woman's place.
So when you're supposed to be working, you're masturbating. Okay,
when I'm supposed to be working, I own my own company.
So what? So you over there, you own a trucking company. You on the phone between phone calls. You over there beating your meat.
So what I'm saying is, if there's something for me in order not to cheat on my woman, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem, sweetie. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Why is this happening to me? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do? Who did I offend? Why is this happening? Oh my goodness gracious. I don't understand. I don't understand why. All right, listen. Okay, let me listen. My mouse ain't working. I'm sitting here bugging. Why is this happening? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Yo necesito saber por qué yo estoy sentando aquí. Yo no sé por qué la gente está llamando con estas tonterías en esta noche. Ay. ¿Por qué? Oh my goodness. Let me try to get the why. I feel like I feel like I need to pour something in my drink now at this point. Juice ain't enough. Now I understand why other vloggers be up here drinking wine, scarfing down alcohol, and doing all types of stuff on air. I understand now. I understand. You all will drive people to drink. You'll drive people to drinking. Oh, let me get to the next phone call. I swear on all things, if the next phone call is going to be some effery, I'm off of here. Don't come to me with no more foolishness tonight. Don't come to me with no more. I don't want no more foolishness. All right. Listen, you know what? Let me calm myself. I appreciate all of the callers. So next person up, we have Dion says, ma'am called me before I burst out of my skin. Child, listen. Here, I see the number down at the back. Hold on. You bursting out of your skin. Let's grab you. If you got some foolishness over here, Dion, we're gonna have some problems because I am not for the shits. Okay, I don't know what is going on tonight, but let me move closer and get this number in. Hold on. Okay. Let me see if I could get this. Okay.
Oh, thank God. If I could get this.
Yeah, Dion, you're on the air.
Oh,
let's just get to the effery. Just tell me the effery right now.
No, listen. You were supposed to call me first. Okay, because I have notes from Jeremy. And then all these people you called, now I got it. Like, I am cringing and like shaking. And okay, I'm going to stay focused though. But God damn it, I wish you would have called me first so I could have just ignored all of that.
Okay.
First of all, this whole live has been off topic. We're supposed to be talking about the dolphins and the eggplant.
See,
Let me just throw that out there.
I knew the foolishness was coming.
That's what we were supposed to be talking about. Okay, but okay, I'm gonna keep it short. Because this has been rough. Oh. Okay, so what I have noticed though with the other calls, all the men, it's the same thing. They've watched your videos and they're triggered by them, and they're trying to set themselves apart, but only to prove you wrong. Like they have an idea that you feel some type of way about men, and they come in acting like, oh, I'm just gonna, state I agree with what you're saying, but this, that, and the other. But then they turn it around into somehow saying you are wrong because you're a woman. That's bottom line. You're a woman, you don't know what you're talking about. Because of like the side man dude has said about them, they don't see us as humans. They don't see us as equals. So everything that happened with every single man that you spoke to was him basically looking for your validation. They're just so cringy. But okay, I'm done because
No, take a
I'm
deep
off
breath.
topic now myself because these people have just irked me.
Take a deep breath. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now what was the topic? Let me just give my opinion on the initial topic. Lord. Okay.
Polygamy, monogamy, and the dreams women have been sold when it's really lies that the men have told.
Exactly. Speaking from personal experience, because as you said, we can't speak for everyone. So from my personal experience in my vagina twitch even when I'm in a relationship. I like men. They're attractive. And when I want to dip out, I don't know. You just got to lie to the men. But anyway, that's a whole other story. But my point is, it is not a inherent thing in women to be monogamous. And if you aren't, or if you have sexual thoughts about other men while you're in a relationship, something is wrong with you. They're trying to shame us because for so many different reasons, in my opinion. Like they don't want us experiencing good sex because then we won't have we don't know what good sex is until we have good sex. I am literally just turned 35 and for the first time in my life has experienced what sex should be like for a woman. And if I was being monogamous, I would have never even, I will go to my grave not having good sex.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But they want you to start out a virgin so that you won't know. Yeah. You won't have nothing to compare it
exactly.
to.
That's why they want you young and dumb so that you won't have gained what comes with aging, the knowledge, the wisdom, the knowing better. They want to grab you and ruin you before you can see things for what they are, and they don't want you. They call the older women bitter and this and the other, and don't listen to that old hag because they don't want the knowledge.
I know that's your opinion, right? But I will say that I have seen a fair number of men who do like ripe women. So they like, there are certain men, there are certain male profiles who like the young and dumb, and then there's other male profiles that like the ripe and.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have because for me, like when the one caller was saying, like when we hit our 40s, we hit our sexual peak. Like I said, I'm 35, so I'm getting there, and I like the younger men because they are not looking to settle down, and they're not looking for this and the other, and they like me because I don't want to have no goddamn kids. So yes, I know that to be true, but I was speaking about the one who, yeah. But I'm seeing all these faces you making on my screen right now, so I'm gonna let you go.
No, there's a delay in what you see on the screen versus what's on the phone.
Oh, well, tell me before I go. What them faces is for?
You said you like them young, huh? Okay.
Yeah, like in their late 20s.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. When I was speaking about the good sex, he's 27.
So you done let some 27-year-old.
Yes, Cougar life, Black Buddha. Yes, Cougar life, baby.
You let some 27-year-old turn you out?
Yes, ma'am. Sure did. Sure did, because we on the same page.
I guess you're right. I guess you got to catch them before that testosterone plummets.
I'm not trying to be tied down to somebody. I already got a husband for that.
Wait, you have a husband?
Yes, ma'am, but we're open. We're not, I can be polygamous, but you be monogamous. We're both open.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. So you said you would have gone to your grave without knowing what good sex is until you met this little...
You heard what I said. You heard what I said.
So hubby is not... So what is hubby out there being open for if he ain't even learned how to satisfy his one?
Child, your guess is as good as mine.
You know
something. Okay? Your guess, listen, we're not going to talk about you, because I ain't going to get on here and talk shit about my husband.
Okay.
But listen, I got the same question. But anyways, as long...
Is he going for younger women that don't know better?
Well, we're in Japan right now, so...
Hontone. Aso desu ka?
So... S turns, what do you mean ghetto? What's ghetto?
Okay.
Being in an open relationship.
All right.
with
no, but you have
adults?
to remember there's a delay. So you just only have to focus on the phone.
Okay, yeah, let me get off this line. All right.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Tanya. And I'm gonna have to PayPal you because I was trying to Cash App you. My Cash App, it keeps saying the zip code is wrong with my debit card. So I'm gonna have to PayPal you.
Okay, sure. But the PayPals I get off the air. Okay, thank you.
Shared.
All right. So this has been an exuberant night. I tell you that much. It has been an exuberant night. So let me go up the list. Okay. And Rachel sends $1 and says, does that girl talking about the studies have a site? So I don't even know if she's still on now because it's been 53 minutes. So I don't know, but what was her name? Tony, if you have a site, post it in the comments, right? Ty Ray sends $5 and says, your show is a part of my daily routine. Child, after this broadcast today, I don't know when I'm coming back out again because this was interesting. Listen. So we have Lily up on the up next, and she sent me an Instagram earlier with a Kirk Franklin remix in there where he's like, I will break your effing neck. And then it's like, glory, glory. And I was like, oh my goodness, it was too much. So Kirk Franklin has the remix out now with the curse words in it. Let me get this number dialed. It's too much going on out here. I'm having fun with you all, though. Thank you all for participating in this boondoggle of a night. It's going down over here. Let me get this thing dialed. We had one number coming up disconnected. We called back. It went through. One person talking about dolphins and eggplant. Oh my goodness, it's been a brouhaha tonight.
Hi, Practice Tanya.
Oh, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Lily?
Yeah, Lily.
Oh my Lord, Lily, you on the phone. You might as well get with the shits now. Just get to the crazy part now. Don't wait till the end because I'm tired of these surprises. Just get to the craziness. Go ahead.
Got you. First, I just want to say, everybody who's calling, y'all need to know the YouTube etiquette. Y'all not really supposed to be letting Tanya get demonetized up on here and cursing and all of that. But I digress. This topic is about what kind? Polygamy, monogamy, dreams, and lies, and all that, right?
Yes. Just get to the shits because I know it's coming. People at home on the pandemic, everybody done gone stir crazy. So I know you got it too. Go ahead.
Seriously, so as far as polygamy is concerned, I think it takes a real master manipulator to pull off polygamy, having multiple wives. If you're not in it for some sort of religious reasons, and you're just like an American out here trying to have multiple wives, and no matter your nationality or ethnicity, you have to be a master manipulator, to pull that off. And you have to be a woman with low self-esteem to allow yourself to be put into a situation like that, and to involve yourself with a man who has that type of mindset, that master manipulator type of mindset. And as far as monogamy is concerned, I'm 38 years old, and I have not seen many monogamous relationships in my 38 years of life. I have not really been in a monogamous relationship, and I'm not saying I haven't been monogamous, but it hasn't gone both ways, and I have also cheated, so I will say that. So as far as monogamy is concerned, I really don't feel like many people practice monogamy, you know what I mean? And because I feel like, at this point in my life, since I feel like I can't even get monogamy, because to me, monogamy is your next topic. It's like dreams. To me, monogamy is a dream and a lie, all together, put into one. Monogamy for me is a dream and a lie, because for me, committed monogamous relationships, I haven't experienced many of them. I've had great relationships. I've been in love, you know what I mean? But I haven't had a committed relationship where, the man is willing to get through, something I did that he wanted to end the relationship for, and vice versa. I haven't really wanted to commit myself to somebody, who has hurt me so badly. I have never really found myself being able to get over it. Like, once I get hurt to a certain point, I look at that man like, is it really worth it, sis? And, I'm talking to myself like, sis, is it really worth it? And then I have to tell myself if it's worth it or not. And sometimes I have gone back, those are those relationships you're on and off, in and out, you know what I mean? And eventually most women call it quits, because after you reach year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you're not engaged or married, I mean, you really need to start reassessing your expectations and your values and goals in life because you're wasting precious time.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say because, you know, for me, being monogamy is being monogamous is like a dream and a lie at this point. And I also want to say, as far as lies is concerned, I feel like men are not very honest. They don't know how to be honest. They're afraid of, you know, a woman's reaction. They're not very strong when it comes to, they're strong physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I just think women are stronger. And again, that's just my opinion. And I think men can be faithful to their wife or their woman or their girlfriend in their mind. But when you cheat, they're not faithful in their spirit. They're not faithful in their body. You know what I mean? But in their mind, they're like, I still love her. So they're faithful in their mind, but not in their body or their spirit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So men lie to themselves. So you can't expect a man who's already lying to himself to not lie to you. So you have to be very careful about who you get yourself involved with, because you get involved with the wrong person, it can really do a lot of damage to your life. And, you know, there's a thin line between love and hate. So you just have to be very careful, again, about who you allow in your space, in your energy circle, you know, because it's hard out here, especially if you're a certain age, like my age, in your late 30s, moving into your 40s. At this point, I'm like thinking to myself, well, should I only date men who are 45 plus? Men who are on the verge of a midlife crisis, who have already gone through a midlife crisis, because that's like, in my mind, the only possible way of getting a man who could potentially be committed, potentially be faithful. And even at that age, it's like they still want to sow their wild oats, especially if you're 45, 50 and you're looking good and you still can get a girl out here who's 25, 30, you know what I mean? Especially if you have money and you consider yourself high value. You know what I mean? So you just have to be careful.
All right. Well, you know what? I am going to say, because I heard you say earlier that women who get into polygamous relationships must have low self-esteem. And I just wanted to say that that is your opinion and we respect your opinion.
Absolutely.
Because
I would never go to a full extreme to say no women are like this or all women are like that.
I mean, because, you know, every woman is different.
Beautiful. They have high self-esteem. A lot of women are with high-value men. They know they're in polygamous relationships. They accept it. They're in there willingly. So when I say low self-esteem, I just mean like, you know, love yourself more than you love your man.
Yeah, but I'm saying every woman is different. Some women enjoy being part of a throuple or more. Some women enjoy having a sister wife. Some women enjoy just being part of that union, you know. And I don't know. I don't know if that is indicative of a lowered self-esteem or just a preference or an openness to be a part of a community kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or a polygamous kind of thing. But, you know, every relationship is different and I respect your opinion. So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Tanya. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Good night.
Bye.
All right. Okay. And then we have, okay, so someone sent something and just said that it was just for me. So I got it. Thank you. Thank you. And then we have Angela who sends $3 and says, handheld happiness, hand jive. You know what? I don't catch that joke. I don't even know what we were referring to because there's been so much that has gone on. There's been so much that has happened that I don't know what is going on. Ebony says, for every male caller tonight has solidified your message, sends in $4.44. Listen. And Ray has sent $13 and says, please don't drink. 3 roses, 2 hearts, and a kiss. Thank you, Ray. Child, listen. This has been something else. Thank you. I won't drink then. Thank you. Thank you. I won't drink. However, listen, Lynn sends $5 and says, these are the kind of men we deal with. Sad. And I guess you were talking about, you sent that message 15 minutes ago. So I don't even know who we were talking to 15 minutes ago. So, but thank you. Thank you, Lord. Listen, you all have worn me out tonight. I am worn out. Listen, I worked for every single penny that I earned today. And I wish a mother effer would tell me that I didn't or don't deserve it, because I worked today. I worked. We did 3 videos today, a 2-hour call-in, a 1-hour demonstration where the board fell and paper cut me. I worked today for this money. I did. And I feel like I have. And I am going to relax for the rest of this evening. Lord, I got a message in from Just Jay talking about to freaky dolphins, otters, and demonetization with some champagne glasses clinking. You know, this thing is a wrap. Soon as they started hearing all them F-bombs and penis and all this other stuff we were saying in here, this broadcast is done. Just done. Ay. So Nicole sends $5 and says, how do I call in? Ain't no more calling in on here tonight. If you want, you could give me the last 4 of your phone number after you've called in, and I can call you back, but only if you know that you are going to send us off on a high note, not on some craziness, because I'm baked. I feel like a baked potato after all of this madness that we went through tonight. I feel baked. I feel spent. Okay, so all right. So listen, I'm gonna read some of these comments over here, and then I don't even know what to say about anything. I feel, goodness. Gloria says, we need some intelligent callers. Tanya says, leave a message at the beep. Somebody says, Mr. Clark, true. Someone says, it was fun. It was fun. We did have a good time. Black Panda says, are the lines opening again? Hell to the doggone. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mojo says 1,000% a man will change for the woman he truly wants in his life. No lie. A man will change for himself. Because if you're changing for a person, it's only to get the person, and it's a matter of time before they change back. Call Ray up and tell what you want. Is that so? Just Jay says, yes, it was a fun day. This was a lot. DT says, this was too much for one night. LMAO. Kiki says, some men never change. Exactly, Tanya. No, they don't really change. They could try to switch it up because they're like, oh, this woman is pretty enough or exciting enough for me to change, but that's temporary. Real change requires effort, dedication, a whole bunch of stuff. Tia says, one more call, please. Child, please. Listen, I'm exhausted. Alyssa sends $5 and says, love you, Tanya. I have a positive message, 4907. Oh, sorry. Oh, my goodness. I'm so tired. I just read that out loud and I did not mean to read that. Thank goodness it was only the last 4, because I would have then read the whole thing. All right, here, let me see. And I don't really resonate with the words positive and negative. I mean, things are what they are. You know what I mean? But let's go. Let's hear.
Hello?
Yes, Alyssa?
Hi, Tanya. How are you?
I feel like I've been, I feel like a pair of pants that was in the dryer and a pair of sneakers was in there beating around. That's how I feel.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't have any foolishness. Let me just let you know, you're not going to be exhausted after this call. I just wanted to first say thank you for taking my call. And overall, I do have, I guess you say, my thoughts about polygamy or monogamy, but I would just wrap it all up to say that this message it was not only eye-opening, but I think very needed for women, because a lot of times men tell us, "Oh, you need to be married. We're not monogamous by nature," and they tell us a lot of things that we don't really even dive into or really understand. And you really brought up a woman's perspective, which is needed, because men are not going to break it down to us and tell us, "Hey, monogamy is not something that is only natural to women." They're not going to tell us about the downfalls of, hurrying up and just running down the aisle to get any old man to be married. So I just wanted to say that this message, actually the message you have for the last couple of days, has been very insightful in breaking down the lies and the myths that we've been taught, and the realities of what happens when we as women fall into that. So I just want to say thank you.
Well, thank you for calling in. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. I forgot there was something you said I wanted to follow up on.
Something I said,
but I'm beat. I really am. Thank you. I appreciate you calling in. I wanted to ask you something, but I don't even remember now. But thank you.
Oh, no problem. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Alicia sends $5 and says, "Tanya, love you. Please call Ray." Ray has not given his phone number and consented to an on-air phone call. He has not. But thank you. Nicole sends $2 and says, "I sent my last 4 in the chat." Okay. Listen, let's make this the last phone call of the night, okay? Here, I'm looking. Here we go. I see it. Whew.
Hello, Tanya?
Yes, hi, Nicole.
Yes, hi.
Hi. So, let's talk. Were you on the air now?
Okay, so what I wanted to say is monogamy is not a.
There's a delay. It sounds like your computer's on in the back.
Is that better now?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Relationships, sexual needs, things like that, they're not a monolith. Everything is a choice. That's the wonderful thing about life. It's all a choice. So the young lady, I think she brought up the fact that when some men, their excuse is, "Well, I can't be monogamous. Monogamy is not a part of nature. Naturally, we're not, monogamous people."
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true, because we can see in nature there are animals that are monogamous. There are animals that partner for life.
Mm-hmm.
There are men that will take care of the newborns, as the mother goes out and wonders about. So we know that that's not true.
Okay.
I think some people like to live a lie, and some people like to accept the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there are some people that understand that being honest will get you a lot further. And it will save you a lot of trouble.
Okay.
So again, it's all about choices, and it's all about preference. My husband, we've been married going on 21 years in July.
Okay.
Together for 23. He's 2.5 years younger than me. And we chose to be monogamous, and that's what we've been for that time. But then I do have friends who have husbands, who are married, who, that's the relationship they thought they had. And then they find out that's not what they had. That, their spouse stepped out on them.
Yeah.
So again, it wasn't their choice for their spouse to do that. It was the choice of their spouse to do. So I think it all comes down to choice, and preference. And for women, it comes down to, in relationships, what you're willing to accept and what you're willing not to accept.
Yeah.
I know my mom always told me, you may not always know what you want, but you'll always know what you don't want.
Okay.
So I guess I can leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate your point of view. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for allowing me to call, and I appreciate it. I love your show.
Thank
I love
you.
your attitude. I'm also I'm from Brooklyn originally. I don't live in New York anymore, but you just remind me of home. You keep it 100, and I love that about you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Good evening.
All right. Good evening. All right. So that was our last call of the evening. Oh my goodness. Dion says, for my last dollar, please let me say one last thing. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Let me, this is the last call. You said this is your last dollar. So we shall call you. Let me look for your phone number. Oh my goodness. I'm looking for it. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see here.
Hello.
Yes, hi, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
This is Deanna again.
Okay, hi, Deanna.
The open relationship. I just wanted to say something real quick.
Okay.
There is a person in the chat who kept calling it ghetto, and
Are you sure she was calling you ghetto?
Yes, she kept saying it was ghetto and immature.
So, do you call back to beef with somebody from the comments?
No. I'm calling to clarify. I'm calling to clarify.
Okay.
When me and my husband's relationship is open, so that means. She had asked, like, why even get married? So I'm going to tell everybody who might be confused why we're married. We're married because we love each other and we have a partnership. And marriage is a business agreement, and we're in business together.
Mm-hmm.
Sex can be something completely separate if the two people involved in the relationship are okay with it. I don't understand why people have such a well, no, I do understand why, because men have shamed women so long that, anyways, but what two consenting adults do in their relationship should be okay with everybody. So that's all I wanted to say.
Are you sure she was calling you ghetto for being in an open relationship?
Yeah, she kept saying ghetto and immature,
but how do you know she wasn't talking to somebody else in the comments?
Because I asked her and she said yeah.
Oh, so you did take care of this in the comments area, but you wanted to call back in so that you could.
No, because I wanted to clarify, because I just wanted it to be clear, like, we both are. It's not just him being able to go out and be with people, or no type of sneaking, and it was like what is the point of you guys being married? So I'm explaining that the reason for marriage is because it's a business agreement. It makes sense for both of us to be married to each other. Period.
Are you feeling
I just wanted to clarify
Are you feeling self-conscious about the decisions that you've made?
No. It's not about the decisions I made. I do have when I'm being challenged. I do have an issue with But that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other topic. Yes, but I do have an issue with like feeling like I'm misunderstood or something. But that has to do with my self-esteem when it comes to some other stuff. But no, I'm not getting defensive about the relationship, like my relationship. It was the something I know this. Like I shouldn't care. We happy and that's all that matters. But yeah, I do have a thing when people are negative to me.
Okay. Well, were there people who understood and were feeling the open relationship?
Yes, even if they don't agree.
Right. So
yes,
there were some commenters that were feeling the open relationship, and there were some commenters that were not. Correct?
And I'm fine with the ones who aren't. It was just the fact that she was being, in my opinion, disrespectful. Because there were a few people in the chat who didn't agree, and that's fine. You don't have to agree, and that didn't bother me.
Okay.
But to call me ghetto and immature, that's what like.
Okay.
And like I said, I know where that stems from. Why it bothered me.
So why did that bother
from.
you? Why was it bothering you?
Because like I said, I do have like a trick that's a trigger for me for some reasons I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
But it is a trigger.
Okay. The being called ghetto or just having people talk about you in ways that you don't like?
Being called ghetto.
Okay. Okay, got you. What are you going to do to work on your triggers so that when you're navigating through this life that people are not able to hit your trigger spots so easily?
Oh, I have a what is it called? Emotional. Let me grab
support animal?
No.
You're gonna sick your ferret on them?
No, it's an emotional watching. What is it called? Emotional efficacy therapy.
Okay.
Emotional efficacy therapy. So that's what I'm doing. So this is definitely off topic, but yeah, I don't mind sharing because I'm not ashamed of it. But yeah, because my emotions are with certain things, certain triggers. Yes, it does.
Okay. Did you have lead exposure as a child, or was it something else that you don't have to say? But,
no,
okay.
It was no. It was trauma.
Okay, got you. All right. Well, I'm sorry that you went through that. Who was it that was calling you these names in the comments?
No, it doesn't matter. So just somebody in the comment.
I mean, you're addressing the person. I'd like to address them too. So what was their name?
No, because I'm not tattletelling.
Did you say earlier that it was just Jay? Is that what you said?
No.
It was someone else?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I really don't like the ghetto with black women. That just like really. But whatever. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's quite all right. So listen.
And that was my last. That was my last Cash App dollar, y'all. Not my last dollar. Like I had said, my Cash App won't let me add money. That's why I said I had to go to her PayPal.
Okay. All right. Just Jay is saying
right.
No, it wasn't her. Just Jay says no.
All right.
Okay. All right.
It was Zoe. She just said it. It was Zoe something, but whatever.
Yeah, so listen, you all know we don't call each other names here. Why are we behaving this way? My knockouts know better than that. This must be someone new. We don't treat people like that. But we don't know this person and what they're going through behind the scenes. Listen, one thing I've learned that during COVID, there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff at home, a lot of things. And people are coping and trying to cope in a lot of different ways. And we don't know this person, what they got going on behind the scenes. There's no excuse for, calling people names, but we don't know this person. This person is most likely not living a life that has authority in any capacity over us,
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, and there's a lot of children online too. Like somebody who I can imagine was a child wrote some trying to be insulting words earlier. You got to remember online, we don't know who these people are. You know, continue with your therapy. That's very brave of you. You're doing the right thing. And I'm proud of you for taking the steps to find your healing. Continue to find your healing because, you know, ghetto is a word. And if people are able to incite reaction and volatility,
right, I know
from you,
that's a
right,
personal thing, right?
right, exactly. So thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate it, and we will see you on the next show. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. All right. So this was a wonderful, wonderful show. It was dynamic and full of life and energy, exuberance, and many ideas. And so we appreciate all of you for calling in, all of you for participating in the comments, all of the cash apps. Let me just make sure there's no other cash apps before we jump off. And you all can always send me text even when I'm not online through Cash App, and I'm able to respond back with emojis. So I hope Cash App opens it so that we could respond back with words one day. Oh, wow. Sierra sent $50 and says, just because you worked your tail off. Good night. Thank you for that $50, girl. I really appreciate that. I do feel like I worked my behind off today. And I appreciate all of you. Let's give our closing and then we'll jump out of here. All right. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself, what is the self-love lesson from all of this? Well, there's so many. Part of loving yourself is knowing that you could be, the way that you think could need some sharpening, could need some altering, and that when people are telling us that the way that we think are problematic, we have two options. You know, we can reject it or we can consider it, you know, and I guess it depends on the person and how they choose to go about doing it. You know, another self-love lesson from tonight is realizing that when people are talking, they're talking from their own experience, and we can just give them the benefit of the doubt of their own experience, thank them for expressing their experience and iterating that it is their experience and going on from there. Another self-love lesson from tonight is growing, because I did learn some things new about not investing the time in really going through the back and forth and just accepting people's, you know, their opine and going from there. For a self-love lesson from tonight is, if you know that there are things that you have going on inside of you that you would like to heal and take care of, that seeking therapy and taking matters into your own hand to stay on top of those matters. So on that note, I appreciate all of you for coming out. Thank you. I am truly, truly, truly beat. I don't even know if I'm going to finish eating a little bit of dinner I made between sets tonight because I'm tired. I'm so tired. I might just put it in the refrigerator and then just go to bed. So I'm going to look at some of these comments over here. And then my mouse. Loving yourself is also getting the equipment that will work for you to make your life easier, doggone it. And I did buy a new mouse. It'll be here in a few days. So, oh my gracious goodness. Okay. I can't get the mouse to work. Let me just come on over here. I'm trying to. All right. All I see is real woman here, not a troll. Love Baptist WAP. What? What's the benefit of an open marriage if none of the men she was with could help her out and she had to donate her last dollars? She said they were her last dollars on Cash App. Some of you out here are too much. Tanya, please consider doing a retreat for some of us and cook for us. Yes, you know, that's my goal. Who said that? I'm trying. Okay, Nia said that. Cherie said, just curious, no basking. Tanya says, good night, Tam Tam. Delilah says, why let words trigger you from people you don't know? I mean, some people have different types of emotional issues going on. She's working on it. So, Salt and Pepper says, let me call in. I want to have a conversation. A conversation. Oh, Lord. Nicole says, her marriage is not our business. Tam Tam says, amazing day with the knockouts. I guess you've gotten off work. And then there's a lot of other comments coming in quickly. I can't even read them all, but thank you all so much for coming out. I am going to go lay my behind down. Actually, I'm going to take a nice warm shower and then just slather myself in coconut oil and then lay down. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Oh, let me just turn it off from here. Oh, Lord, my mouse pad ain't working. Oh, I got oil on my fingers. Let's try again. There we go. Got it. See you all later. Good night.